What's up? It's Destiny back again for another video, and today we're gonna get into a little conversation, honey. So go ahead, get comfortable. Let me fluff my little pillows. Let's get comfortable here. Okay, before we get started into the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, baby. Let's subscribe so that you could be notified every time I make an upload, post a video, etc. Go ahead and hit the like button. We're gonna have good conversations. We always, I feel, have good conversations, and they're just gonna continue. So go ahead and show some love by hitting the like button. But today we're gonna talk about Ja Morant. If you don't know who Ja Morant is, where have you been? But no, Ja Morant is an NBA basketball player for the Tennessee Grizzlies, Memphis Grizzlies. He played for the Grizzlies, baby, number 12. Okay, and he's a young guy. I think he's like 23 years old. He's in his early 20s, and he's been getting recently, because I'm not gonna act like I know everything. Okay, I'm not gonna act like I know what his stats were a couple of games ago. I'm not gonna act like I know what round he was in the draft. I'm not gonna act like any of those things. Okay, I'm just gonna present to you what I'm here to talk about, which is what he's been in the news for lately. Okay, he was in the news, to my understanding, the first instance was when he was in a club, I guess, and he pulled out a firearm. And he got reprimanded for that. He stated an apology. Then, I don't know the time period in between, but then he shows up again on Instagram Live. Seems like he was just hanging out with his friends. His friend was actually on Instagram Live listening to rap music. He pulled out his firearm, and the internet goes wild yet again. Now, let's be clear about some things, okay? I'm on the internet with my firearm. Some of you watching might be on the internet with your firearm. That doesn't make us the things that people were calling him. And before we even get into that, we know your workplace may have things to say. Let me clean my glasses real quick. Your workplace may have things to say about what you do on the internet. Your workplace may have a clause, especially if you are, quote unquote, the face of the organization, may have verbiage to say what you can and cannot do. I'm going to be extremely clear. I don't work for the NBA. I'm not in the NBA. I have never read an NBA contract. I do not know what is in their contract. I do not know what they are allowed and what they are not allowed to do. I don't have that information, okay? So all that we can do, most of us, is speculate. We can speculate as to what the NBA is expecting of him, what, is in his contract. All we can do is speculate unless we have our hands on those documentation. We don't really know. So some people are saying he shouldn't be on the internet with guns because of the NBA and his contract. Again, I don't know what's in the contract. People are saying he's a role model for kids. I believe he said he doesn't want to be a role model, just like many of these athletes, rappers, actors and actresses, people in the public eye come out and say, hey, I'm not a role model for your children. You be a role model for your children. But in all essence, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I say this all the time. If you have a platform and you're posting videos, pictures, going live, whatever, you are in the position to be an influence. Whether you're doing it on purpose or not, you are positioning yourself to be an influence. So you must be mindful. Now, everyone's not going to have that take. People get on the internet and I see some wild stuff on the internet literally every day. Everyone does not have that same intention or that same pull. For me, when I come on the computer, when I come on the camera, when I come in front of y'all, I feel like I have to be intentional. I have to be mindful, because although I'm not trying to be somebody's role model, I'm not trying to get people to do whatever the case, whatever, I know that I'm in that position and that may happen. So I have to be mindful. For me, I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to be me, but I'm going to be mindful of what I present out into this world. Everyone doesn't have that same feeling. Secondly, I want to talk about today, because I started recording this video a couple of days ago, but my camera overheated. Sony, let's get it together. And so I put the camera down and said, well, maybe I'm not supposed to talk about this topic. And then today, while I'm at work, I'm getting headlines about Ja Morant. Apparently on his Instagram, he posted a picture of his sister, his mom, his dad, you know, individually. It was like, love you, love you, love you. His daughter, love you. And then he put bye. And then he deleted the post and was gone. So that set the tension off for people to send out a welfare check where the police go, like a loved one or someone who cares about him called the local police and was like, hey, this is kind of suspicious. We're not really sure what's going on. Can you go check on him? So they did a welfare check on Ja Morant. And it turns out he was perfectly fine. He's saying that he's going to take a break from social media. Okay? We don't know if that's really what he's doing. He could really be feeling sad. He could really be feeling upset, distraught, all these things, and just saying, yeah, I'm just taking a break from social media. He's feeling something, whether it's accountability, whether it's sadness, whatever it might be. He's feeling something. And he was pushed by this because of the viewers. Okay? I feel very strongly about this because it's a form of bullying. And I know people are like, ain't nobody bullying Ja Morant. When y'all are on here making songs about him, calling him, what y'all was calling him? NBA young boy, never balling again. Never gonna be on the court again. Saying little stuff like that. Calling him Ja Wick. And calling him dumb. Talking about he's destroying his family. And he's messing up this money, this generational wealth. About the money, because that really bothered me. Y'all are worried about this man's contract that he's getting from the NBA, and I think it's, don't quote me, you know, whatever. I think it's like $200-something million is his contract. Y'all are talking about he's blowing $200 million. Y'all act like y'all had the opportunity to get it. Y'all act like he's buying your mama a house. Y'all acting like he was gonna pay off your college tuition and your children's college tuition with that money. That's his money. What he decides to do with it is what he decides to do with it. How he's acting out, because I watch the videos, because y'all send me the videos. Excuse me, I don't personally follow him. I see his stuff cross the timeline, or people send me stuff and they ask my opinion. So I'm speaking about it. Because at first I wasn't going to speak about it because the people on Instagram was a little too spicy, a little too hostile. So I was like, I don't know if this is a conversation, but it has to be had, especially when I saw what happened today. That really bothers me, and I have to stand in solidarity and hold space for Ja Morant because how he's being treated is not cool. But like I was saying, I saw the videos. Not once did I see him brandish his weapon and point it at somebody. Somebody also sent me a video of NBA YoungBoy with a Draco and was like, this is what he's trying to be like. And NBA YoungBoy was pointing his gun at cars driving by. I've never seen a video where Ja Morant was pointing his firearm at a person or at cars driving by. People were telling me that he's banging, I ain't gonna call it sex, but people were saying he's banging different gangs and he's a gangster and he's this and he's that. And I'm like, I don't know much about him, so give me a little bit more information. How do you know that he's banging with this set? What makes you think he's a thug or a gangster? Because he's on the internet with firearms? I'm on the internet with firearms almost every day. I'm not a gangster. I'm not a thug. I'm not banging nothing. We can't make these assumptions. And that really bothers me because I have a lot of people who are not privy to their Second Amendment right will come to me and be like, oh, what kind of lifestyle do you live where you got to have a firearm? It's my right to protect myself. It's my right to use tools to protect myself and my family. I can have it in any capacity. People are saying he's out in the open, he's in a car. Sometimes when I'm driving in the car, if I don't want it tucked in on me, it's on the seat right there. So the things that people are saying to try to justify and vilify Ja Morant make absolutely no sense to me, in my opinion. What I'm thinking is he's a young kid. He's not a kid, he's a grown man. He's a young man who has come into this position of power. You got endorsements from Nike, NBA, you got some power. You have influence. You getting money. He's coming into this. I don't know his background, how he grew up. I don't know any of those things. But he's coming into this position. And let's not act like the NBA and the NFL are providing sorts of mentorships to these young men that are coming into all this wealth and power to help guide them along the way. No, they're wanting them to crash out to a certain extent. They're wanting them to spend that money, buy them chains, them cars, and them houses. You know, so I was just a little disappointed, especially in the people in the Second Amendment community, the 2A community, especially though on Instagram, the people that were dogging Ja Morant out. It's like he's not doing anything different from what we get on here and do every single day. What makes you better than him? What makes you better than him? Do we not have grace anymore? Do we not show compassion anymore? Do we not reach out to somebody who we think is falling off the wagon? Do we not reach out to lift them up? Like, hey bro, let me talk to you real quick. Let me show you the way that you're handling it. Do you have a holster? I can hook you up with a holster company that I use. Bro, you want to get some classes in? Yo, you could come down to this range and we could get some classes in real quick. You and some of your homeboys. Is anyone offering those things? Is anyone having those conversations? What happened to, you know, when you in the church? I told you I make church references. I grew up in the church. When the usher or the mother or the deaconess pull you to the side and have a little conversation, not in front of everybody, not trying to embarrass you, not trying to tear you down. Let me finish this. Mommy mode is in full effect all the time. Please let me finish this. Thank you. Okay, let me turn my video on. What happened? What happened to doing that? What happened to pulling people to the side and saying, hey, I'm a little concerned. I know you got this NBA situation and blah, blah, whatever y'all concerns are. How many people are actually pulling him aside and having these conversations? I guarantee, maybe I can't guarantee, but I'm pretty darn sure not a lot of them are. Not a lot of people are doing this. People would rather get on the internet, make jokes, make memes, make videos, make reels, post captions to be funny, to get kicks and laughs and giggles about this man's... Piper, please go sit. Now the dog is on me. Go sit. Please go sit. Mommy mode. I can't make it up. But how many people are really taking the time to check on this young man's well-being? Now he's taking a break from social media. I don't know if this is warranted by the NBA, his coaches, talking to him about this, or if this is something that he feel like he need to do for himself. But we all know how social media can be. And I know some people, well, you shouldn't let social media get to you. Come on. Social media is a big part of a lot of people's lives. Sometimes the things that people are saying and how they're treating you is going to get to you. Let's just be honest. We're human. We're not robots. I don't know about y'all. I can only speak for me. I'm not a robot. I'm a human. I take my breaks from social media as well. Because the world and the people can be kind of cruel. And I feel like the people that were dogging Ja Morant out were very cruel. Especially the people that look like him. Especially the people that were supporting him in the beginning. People doing the dance with him. Doing all that. Yeah, Ja Morant. Wearing his jerseys. Now it's a totally different song that people are singing. And it's so disappointing. Because at what point do we allow for growth? At what point do we allow for compassion?
I do some whoops.
Okay. At what point do we allow for grace and compassion and for education and for growth and for learning and for getting better? We have to understand we all have a path that we're taking on in this life. We all have a journey. We all have some things that we're going to just go through. We all have some experiences that we're going to have to grow from and grow through. This might be one of those things for him. Why are we going to kick a man while he's down? Literally while he's down. Why would you do that? It's just so disturbing. It's so disturbing to me because I see this and I see this in communities all over the United States where the young kids are getting into trouble and doing this and doing that, and instead of doing something that's going to bring solutions and offer some form of help, people just want to talk bad about him, bring him down. Stop, please. All right, so I just want us as a people to get back to showing compassion and having grace for people and being willing to pull people up when they're down, not kicking them while they're down. I know a lot of people are going to have a lot to say about this. We all have our opinions, and we're all entitled to our opinions. I mean, this is social media. We're here to share how we feel, what we think, and that's perfectly fine. But I don't see why people who do not know this man personally are such an outrage and have so many. I even saw a comment today. Somebody was like, under the post where he is saying that he's taking a break from social media, somebody was like, oh, this man will do anything for attention. Now we're saying he's seeking attention because he posted something on his Instagram story, something that you can only see if you follow him. Now he's seeking attention. You see what I'm saying? To me, it's kind of sick. It's kind of sick where we've gotten as a society. People are not able to show emotions. People are not able to be themselves. He wasn't harming nobody. Go look on my Instagram. You're going to see videos of me with a firearm. You could look on YouTube, videos of me with a firearm. A lot of the people that I follow on Instagram are on the internet with a firearm. No, they're not in the NBA, but they still work a job. They still got a family. And at what point, we're not going to talk about that. Because people love to defend the NBA and the NFL, and I'm just not going to have that conversation. Not in this video, at least. But I really hate how people are treating this young man. Like I said, this is a perfect opportunity to be a mentor. Perfect opportunity to reach out to your local community, to the children or the young men in your local area or in your proximity surroundings, the people you could reach out and touch, or even on social media. Making content towards young men and firearms, giving them education, giving them safety, teaching medical. I'm going to keep saying this. Firearms and medical go hand in hand. You can't teach firearms if you're not teaching medical. I don't want to hear about it. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. You can't use something that's going to cause a certain effect and not have something that can help with that effect that you just caused, even if it's to yourself or someone around you. Those are just skills that you should just have. I digress. But people could be maximizing on this John Morant situation, using this as an example as to why they should be getting back into the community, why they should be reaching out to the young boys near them. Instead, they want to use and waste their time posting and reposting mean memes about this man, making corny songs and statuses about this man, kicking him while he's down, when this could very well be any one of us. I just don't like that type of stuff. Mental health and bullying and all that type of stuff is real dear to my heart, and I don't appreciate that type of stuff. I don't appreciate bullying. I was the kid on the school bus when people were making fun of somebody. I'm standing up and what you doing? You're not finna do that. Go to the back of the bus with all that. Don't come over here with that. Because I used to sit in the front, okay? Shout out to Rosa Parks, baby. I'm sitting in the front. I used to sit in the front, and the people who was being mean, take y'all behind to the back. I'm not having that. I've always been an advocate for people who did not have a voice, or for people who could not advocate for themselves or speak up for themselves. I know John Morant is a grown man. He could speak up for himself, but I'm speaking up for people who have a heart and who feel drawn to his situation. It's not okay. It's not right. Boy, I done teared up. Anyway, how do you feel about the John Morant situation? Keep it cute in the comments. Keep it cute in the comments, because this is not going to be a forum for dogging on him. This is not going to be a forum for talking trash about him. No. This is not going to be that. What are you doing in your community to uplift the young men and women? Okay, what are you doing in your community to uplift the young men and women as it pertains to firearms and understanding their Second Amendment right? Let me know in the comments below. I know, listen, I'm passionate. I'm a passionate person, so it might come across as fussing. I'm not fussing. This is love. I'm just very passionate about when it comes to bullying, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to stuff like that, people low-key violating their rights. It's his right to have a firearm. It's his right to exercise his Second Amendment right. That's why I don't understand why the Second Amendment community was going so hard. This is the very thing we fight for every day. You can't be for the Second Amendment, but then come around and dog on Ja Morant for him exercising it. You can't be for the Second Amendment right when you're agreeing with organizations that are infringing on his right to bear arms in whatever capacity he's able to do it. Y'all believe in constitutional carry. Y'all believe in open carry. So don't talk to me about him carrying a firearm in the open in his car. Y'all say there are no gun-free zones, so don't talk to me about him having a firearm in the club. Do you see the contradictions here? That's why I was so disappointed. Because I'm like, what are we doing? We literally advocate for the Second Amendment right every time we post a video. How are y'all dogging this man? It never made sense to me. It never will. So that was my spiel. Again, like I said, I'm a very passionate person. I'm a Leo, Aquarius rising, Gemini moon. There's just a lot of passion up in this vessel. So don't take me as fussing or going off on y'all, because I'm not. I'm just, I gotta be myself on this app. I can't come up here like, oh, YouTube, this is how. I'm gonna be me. And I hope that nothing gets misconstrued. I try to be very careful with my words. I'm very intentional with my words. And the tone, sometimes it just goes, I'm not making excuses for anything. I just want you to know, don't take it as me fussing at you, because I'm not really fussing. I'm just very passionate. So share this video with Ja Morant. Okay. But share this video with someone who is in the Second Amendment rights, who advocates for their Second Amendment rights, who has seen this controversy unfold. Tell me how you feel in the comments. I don't care what you put in the comments. Just tell me how you feel. But like I said, keep it cute. Keep it cute. Keep it cute. All right. Go ahead and like this video. I hope you liked it. If not, I hope you like it. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel for more videos and more conversations. And you can leave in the comments below what other conversations that might be more like, what do they call it? World news or hot topics or whatever. If you have certain things that you want me to discuss, leave it in the comments below as well. Y'all know I'm way more than just 2A, way more than guns and defending myself. But yeah, let me know. I'm starting to ramble now. Let's wrap this up, okay? Subscribe to the channel. If you love someone, tell them I love you all.